All right, well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, in today's video, as you can clearly see, we've got a slew of AutoWorld stuff to go through, including the very long-awaited, on my part at least, 1980 Chevy Overlander camper square body pickup truck. We also have another square body down here. We've got two luxury gosh, I can't talk tonight. I'm sorry. Luxury cruisers. We've got a Lincoln and a Cadillac, as well as down here on the end, we have a nice new C8, and very end down here, a 6th generation Camaro ZL1. This is the Nicky edition, so we'll check that out as well. This is looks to be the remainder of my AutoWorld. Yes. Okay. Sorry. This is all of my AutoWorld premium stuff that I've just had kind of sitting around waiting to do a video. Everything else I have is like deluxe extra stuff. So yeah, and I wish you guys could see there are diecast cars coming out of every little corner on this desk, and now we're knocking stuff over. Let's take a look at what we've got today. So obviously we've got the 87 Chevy Silverado R10 fleet side. Very cool little truck. R10. That's we'll get into that. This guy, very cool. Very, very cool. I've been waiting for this since like September. I think it arrived in late November. It's just taken me like a month to get around to doing a video of it. But this is the new square body from AutoWorld with the camper on the back. Very limited run, less than 2,500 of these guys made. I did pre-order mine, and I'm glad I did because apparently these sold out like that. So I got my hands on one. Next up, we've got the 78 Lincoln Continental Mark V. Now, I believe if we've seen this car before, it's because 78. So I have from it's not on here anywhere, but there's a 77 Mark V. It's over on my shelf. Maybe I'll pull it down later. But I have two 1977 Mark Vs. This is the 78. They're from a previous release. Basically just, you know, AutoWorld says, oh, this is a 78 now, and they change, you know, a few little details here and there. Another big giant boat of a car. We've got the 75 Cadillac Eldorado. If I'm not mistaken, this is the one with the like 500 cubic inch V8 that only made like 190 horsepower, which is a shame. But a really, really cool car, so excited to be adding that one to the collection. And then I'll pull both of these over at the same time. So first up, we've got another 2020 Corvette C8 mid-engine. Nice gold color on that, or at least gold wheels and kind of a bronzish, brownish paint job. That'll look a little better when we get it out of the box. And then last down here, the blacked out 6th generation ZL1 Camaro. This is the Nicky edition. I think they're like a tuning company or something like that. They're kind of like how Shelby Mustangs, you can get the Shelby package. Nicky is like an aftermarket company that gets factory cars and soups them up out of the box and resells them. So, anywho, let's get into our first truck of the day, or our first vehicle of the day, this 1987 Chevy Silverado R10 fleet side. And we'll get into that R10 versus CK10 and RV10 and all that nonsense in just a moment here. So, let's get zoomed in on our lift. There we go. And crack this guy open. All right, here we go. What a wonderful little casting this is. Very nice looking truck. So this would mark my 11th square body Chevy pickup truck from AutoWorld, and then the next one will be number 12. So we maybe we'll do a video of all square bodies in the near future. Do have a license plate on here. It says TK 1987. Truck 1987, I guess. There's your opening tailgate coming into focus there. Very cool. Late 80s Chevy pickup truck, being an 87. So I think these were still carbureted there, although there's a good chance 87 might have been like the first year for throttle body fuel injection. I would really have to like dig up the history books to determine if this would be a throttle body injected or if 87 was the last year of the carbureted 350 small block, because in 1988 is actually when the Chevy 1500s went to this body style here. 88 was the first year, although the headlights were a bit different. Move your finger off there. Can we focus on it? Kind of. But that is what is known as the GMT 400 platform, or OBS. I think it's old body style, whereas this is a square body. But yeah, you've got a 350 small block under the hood, anyway, is what I'm getting at here. Go ahead and close said hood so you can get a look at it. With the hood closed, there is your Silverado badge on the fender there, meaning, so this would be the Silverado trim package. The Silverado 1500 wasn't really a thing until the late 90s. Up until then, they were the CK 1500, and then Silverado was your trim package. You had the Silverado, the Cheyenne, and Scottsdale. Scottsdale was the other one. Very nice looking wheels on here as well. Do like those rather simple steel kind of mag looking wheels. Nice interior in there as well. Some little cup holders in there. That's pretty cool. You can just about make out the cup holders. It's a Silverado, so of course it had cup holders. Probably had power windows, power locks, you know, fancy stuff for 1987. So right here, we are going to check out our fun fact on our card, our premium facts. And I'm going to address one of these facts right off the rip here. It says, for 1987, the RV naming system was introduced for 4x2 and 4x4 models, essentially replacing the CK nomenclature. That is not entirely true. The RV naming system was introduced for 4x2 and 4x4 models of the Suburban, not the pickup truck. The R and V were only for the Suburban, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe the Blazer, but I think it was just the Suburban was the R and V. The CK was still for the pickup trucks. That ran all the way up until about 94, 95 when they started calling them the Silverado 1500. But yeah, all through the early 90s, you could still get a C or K 15, 25, or 3500. In 1987 marked the last year of the rounded line generation. However, the styling continued until 1991 on the Suburban, Blazer, and one-ton pickup trucks. That is true. So your half-ton pickup trucks, or 1500s, if you will, they got the new body style, while the 25 and 3500s, as well as it says here, the Suburbans and Blazers, they kept this body style up until 91 or 92, I believe. I think 92 was the last year of the square body for the Suburban. It might be either 92 or 91. But, yeah, so check your facts there, AutoWorld. But anyway, there's our paint code. We're not going to forget about it this time. We've got tan and bright red. And then this is, of course, part of our Premium Series, Release 2, Version A, yada, yada, yada. There is a nice, good look at some card artwork there. We've got an Arizona license plate on there, the Grand Canyon State. Very cool. And we'll take another look at the back here. I have that guy, the red one. I have that. I have that. We have that and that. And we have that. Oh my god, wait, we have that whole series. Huh, no kidding. Wow, that's pretty cool. I don't have any of these variations, but yeah. Cool. I have that whole entire release there. So we'll go ahead and get that card tucked in. Move our, and yeah, here's another look at the, this was the body style that came after these guys. Although the headlights on here, this is the lower trim level headlights. There was, gosh, I wish I had an example of it, and I don't. And it bothers me because I've had so many trucks. I've had several of these body style trucks, but all of mine were the other headlight style, where you had, instead of a square headlight here, you had kind of the same shape as what you have going on here with this marker light. You had kind of two of these stacked on top of each other up here, and then, or like one on this bottom side where this is, and then another one up here on the top side of this crossbar here. It's, you know, you figured out how to find my video. Figure out how to go look one up on Google. But anywho, so that is our 1987. What are you? Let's take a look underneath. You've got a front drive shaft, so that makes you a K10. Take a quick look there, 41322. So back in April, this guy was put together and painted and whatnot. There's a nice look at our base, though. So we'll go ahead and get this guy parked up. And, oh, did we do our close-up shot of this guy? Here, we'll do a quick close-up. Come on. There we go. So you can see, make out that, that Silverado badge on the fender there. You can see that a little better. That looks very nice. Really, really sharp looking. I'm starting to notice the paint, the stripe on the side here is not perfectly straight. It is focusing on the cars in the background. My goodness. Bit of some angling going on here. Ah, well, you won't notice it in the case. There's a cat hair on it. But you have a front license plate on this model as well. Like we said, TK 1987, a little Arizona plate on there. Very, very cool. So we'll go ahead and zoom out. That looked weird. Probably pause the video next time I do that. We'll keep this, let's park it over here. And we will get into this big guy. Now, I know a lot of you are probably curious about this one. I'm very, very excited about this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the box right away. Excuse me. All right, guys. I have been waiting for this thing since September. And wow, what a cool freaking truck. Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat here. The fitment of the camper leaves a bit to be desired. Not quite a perfect fit, and just for those of you that are wondering, it does not seem like it has any kind of quick release or removability without really doing some fabricating, if you could call it that. Let's see, do we have an opening hood on here? We should. Let's see if I can pop this open. There we go. So we can take a peek in there. This is a K10, so that should be a 350 small block in there, once again. 1980, so that is definitely carbureted. Although it could be a 30, what were they, 305? 305, right? What's your other engine option? Yeah, 305. Anyway, really, really cool. You can just about see, the windows on the camper are tinted, but you can see through them, so they are actual clear plastic, so that does add a bit of detail there. The little panels on the side here are all three-dimensional. It's not just like a sticker laid on there. Very, very nice detail on this. Little push bar on the front. Are you... Okay, yeah, it looks nice and straight. It's got a bit of a gap between the grille, but I guess with where the bumper is. Really cool little lights on there, too. The little yellow fog lights. Look like they should have KC happy faces on them. A little hook for the winch there as well. Nice engine detail. Move my hands out of there so it'll focus on the truck. There we go. Very, very nice. And some really cool wood grain paneling on the side. Custom painted green wheels with the chrome trim rings. You can see them sparkling in the light right there. Looks really cool. BF Goodrich mud terrains. This truck has it all. And then, of course, there's your cup holders again in there. Very cool. Some nice tan leather interior. Go ahead and get that hood shut. What a sweet looking truck, guys. And just so you know, the tailgate does open because it keeps opening at will in there. And I keep trying to have to do this to get it to shut again. Do we have a license plate? Yes, we do. what does it say? NTYPNE. Naughty Pine? I guess. I don't know. Yeah, this thing is... Oh, don't lose it. This thing is really sweet. Nice little ladder rack on the back there. Ladder to get up on the roof. Little door details. Detail. Very, very cool. I really like this wood grain paneling with the metallic paint. That looks awesome. Really sweet looking truck. And as you can see, it is on the lifted platform from AutoWorld. You can see the difference there in the tire size and wheel fender clearance, or tire to fender clearance there. Quite a bit of stance on this thing. Absolute monster of a truck. It is really sweet looking. So go ahead and take a peek at our... Let's take a peek at our card here. Some really interesting card artwork, kind of like an outdoorsy off-road scene there. Says, here we go. Overlanding combines off-roading, camping, and travel, especially to remote areas not accessible by normal daily driven vehicles. 4x4 vehicles have been around almost as long as the automobile itself, but overlanding is relatively new. There's been an explosion in popularity of aftermarket accessories and mods to new and classic 4x4 vehicles to convert them into capable overlanders. So that's what you have here. This would be an overlander, so it's for driving out into the middle of the woods and camping. My Jeep was more of a rock crawler, so we used to make fun of the Overlander guys because rock crawling is a bit more on the extreme end of the off-roading only. I wouldn't really want to camp in my Jeep. It smelled weird in there. Anyway, really cool card artwork on the back as well. It says, Overlanders chart their own destiny like true pioneers, discovering unexplored beauty far removed from the beaten path. Overland vehicles come in many forms, such as lifted trucks, SUVs, or even modern crossovers. All you really need is a capable vehicle with proper ground clearance, enough gear to survive the elements, a driver brave enough to look over the edge, and enough fuel to get back. Got those? Let the adventure begin. It says, for the first time ever, AutoWorld is producing this properly outfitted 1980 Chevy Silverado Overlander with matching camper. This lifted and customized true 1/64th scale Trailblazer is limited to only 2,496 pieces and available exclusively through AutoWorldStore.com. And that is where I get most of my stuff from, for those of you who are wondering. So, very cool stuff here. Let's go ahead and get our close-up look at this guy. And man, we are already almost 20 minutes into this video. Sheesh. Quite a lot of, wow, there's a lot of truck to look at here. Getting a little too close. How did we suck up almost 20 minutes and only look at 2 trucks? Very cool stuff. Take a peek underneath. Do have a, what appears to be a plastic base on this guy. That's kind of interesting. 8/17/22, so back in August. Relatively new stuff. Go ahead and zoom the camera back out here. And what do you say to conserve some time here? We'll do 2 at once here. So we'll crack these 2. We've got luxury cruisers. One's a Lincoln, one's a Cadillac. So we got like 2 of the biggest competitors of the 70s right there. So we'll crack both of these open at the same time for time's sake. Oh, excuse me. All right, so we have got some absolute boats on the lift here. We've got the Cadillac up top, the 1970, what year was it? 1975. Cadillac Eldorado up there. That absolutely has to be in, there's no doubt in my mind, that is a replica of the 500 cubic inch V8. Look at the enormous size of that engine. That thing is friggin' huge. I mean, it's a huge car, so, you know. Very cool. Very, very cool. What's the word I'm looking for? representation of that enormous engine there. Really, really great looking car, this Cadillac here. I love the color of this. I like those steel or smooth hubcaps. We do have a license plate on here. We'll go ahead and take a peek. What does it say? 75 Caddy, C-A-D-I, Caddy. If I had to pick between the two, it'd be the Cadillac, hands down, just because like I've always wanted to own a Cadillac. I just think they're such cool cars. Every day I wake up and have to consciously tell myself, do not buy a mid-90s Cadillac like Fleetwood or something, because you can pick up the B-body Cadillacs for like under $5,000, and they have the 5.7 liter LT1s in them. Oh, they're so awesome. But anyway, what a sweet ride. So we'll go ahead and flip this around with the 78 Lincoln Continental Mark 8, right? No, Mark 5. Mark 8 isn't till the 90s. Yeah, the Mark 5, it did not want to give up the goods as far as opening the hood. We do have the hideaway headlights folded in there. We do have our front license plate as well. We'll see what that guy says. 78 Mark 5. Yes, it is. Very, very cool. I do love these big luxury cruisers. I think they're really fun to see in 1/64th scale, because I mean, like, look at even compared to the Chevy 1500 or K10, like if you ignore the camper on there, obviously, go from bumper to bumper, the Lincoln dwarfs this thing. It's amazing. And the Cadillac too. The Lincoln and the Cadillac are actually, sitting them on the lift here and looking at it, they're actually about the same length. So AutoWorld is not kidding when they say true 1/64th scale. Very cool stuff. And you got the little vinyl top on the Lincoln up top there. You know, as I said, I would pick the Cadillac given the choice between the two, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to own the Lincoln as well. I would absolutely love to own an old Lincoln Mark 5. Lincoln Continental Mark 5. Or any Mark, for that matter. One of the old ones. The 90s stuff, they're kind of, yucky looking. They got that stupid 4.6 in them that makes, like, as much horsepower as this Cadillac. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that big 500 cubic inch V8 in there did not make a whole lot of horsepower, because you're talking, like, mid-1970s, which is just the heart of the emissions choke out. So go ahead and check out our fun facts here. It says the 1957 Cadillac Eldorado was the first American automobile with quad headlights. 57. Well, this is the 75, so is that supposed to say 57 or 75? Anyway, the Cadillac Eldorado once used the largest ever production American V8 engine at 500 cubic inches. It was used 1970 through 1977. It was used from 1970 through 1977 is what that should say. Yeah, there you go. That's the 500 cubic inch under the hood there. Yeah, what a monster of an engine. If you put it like a small child next to it, I bet the intake could suck them in. So that is our fun facts for the Caddy. We'll go ahead and take a peek underneath. 30422, so from March this guy was made. Very cool. We'll get that guy parked up and the Lincoln up onto the lift, and we'll check out our fun facts for the Lincoln. It says the Mark V was only sold from 1977 through 1979. However, it was the best-selling Mark Series Lincoln at 228,262 units. It was the largest two-door coupe ever made by Ford. Our paint code for this guy is Midnight Jade, and because I always forget, the paint code for the Cadillac here is Tarragon Gold Poly. So, some very interesting paint code names there. Very good looking cars. Absolutely awesome. I'll go ahead and zoom in for you real quick. And there you go. Nice zoomed in view of everything. So that leaves us 2 more cars and 2 more parking spots. That leaves us with the C8 Corvette and the 6th generation Camaro. So we'll go ahead and crack both of these guys open and check them out and read over their facts as well. Okay, so last two cars here. We'll go ahead and get a little bit more zoomed in. There we go, that's better. First up, we've got the C8 with the LT, I believe that's the LT2 under the back window there. Our rear engine C8. Come on, stay focused. There we go. That's better. Got a license plate on there as well. It says, sorry, my thumb. Oh, we had it. Zeus. Interesting. So I guess this is Zeus, or Zeus's car. Anyway, really, really cool. I do love the C8s very much. Very good looking car. We'll take a peek in under at the motor there. Can we zoom in a little bit? There we go. So you can just about make out that is the, I think that is the LT2 V8 under there. That is a 6.2 liter V8, I think making around, I'd have to double check, but I think they're in the mid to high 400 range from the factory, and that's the entry level C8. You know, as you add different performance packages, and I know the Z06s are on their way out with that flat plane crank 5.2 liter V8, and that thing sounds absolutely insane. But very, very cool looking car. Very interesting interior. We'll bring it around here. Can just about make out. We'll go ahead and zoom in again, actually. Very interesting shape to that dashboard there. Almost looks like a cockpit of a fighter jet. The way it wraps around the driver there. Yeah, very, very good looking car. So let's check out our card here for Zeus the Corvette. Let's see, we've got our fun facts here. It says, being so low to the ground, the Corvette has a suspension lift system. Up to 1,000 GPS locations can be saved so the car's nose automatically lifts when approaching. Wow, that's pretty cool. I guess so if you have like a really steep driveway, you can program it to, like, when you pull up to your driveway, it knows it'll lift the front end up. That's pretty cool. The 2020 Corvette with the optional Z51 package blasts from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.8 seconds. That is blisteringly fast. That is hurt your feelings fast from a rear-wheel drive car. And there is your paint code, and that explains the license plate. It is Zeus Bronze. Very interesting. Same card that we've been seeing pretty much all night here. On the back at least. So go ahead and get that tucked away. Take one more good look at our Corvette here. Very, very cool looking car. I absolutely love this thing. Very nice color. I'll go ahead and get that guy parked up and bring our 2019 ZL1 Camaro into the spotlight here. This thing is all kinds of blacked out, almost to the point that you can't make out detail on it. Until you take a peek under the hood, there's your supercharged 6.2 liter, I think LT1. Is it the LT1 in the new Camaro? I know the regular SS gets an LT1 V8. I know they're reusing the same LT1 designation from the early 90s, but it is not the same engine in any way, shape, or form. But I believe that the ZL1s also have an LT1 that is just supercharged. So I'll go ahead and get that hood closed there. Now, I don't know if this is coming across on camera for you guys, but the paint on the car itself, like the fenders, doors, and roof, is gloss black, whereas the hood is a nice matte black. If we zoom in real close, we can see our ZL1 badge on the hood scoop there, or on the hood bulge, I guess you could call it. Interesting spoiler on there. I'm not crazy about it. It's a pretty aggressive spoiler. Very tall. I guess that's technically a wing because it's separated from the body of the vehicle. We do have twin Oh my goodness. Dual exit exhaust there. Our license plate says Bimby. I don't know who Bimby is. But very good looking car there. Nice side view. You do have the Nicky lettering, if you can just about make out that oh, if my camera would like to focus. There we go. You can make out the red K on the side, but the rest of it is very tough to see. So go ahead and take a look at our card here. Got a couple fun facts about this. It says, from the factory, before additional tuning by Nicky Performance, the Chevy Camaro ZL1 1LE made 650 horsepower. Nicky Performance offers Stage 1, Stage 2, and Stage 3 configurations for their custom-built supercars. So basically what they do is this Nicky company, I guess they get their hands on a decent amount of regular ZL1 1LEs, and they soup them up. Or you can, I guess if you buy a ZL1, you can go to them and have it Stage 1, Stage 2, or Stage 3 configured. And there's our paint code there. Black. Yes, indeed, it is black. Very, very cool stuff. Very good looking car. So go ahead and let's take a peek underneath real quick. We didn't look underneath this guy. There's our production date, 3/04/22. So another one from March. So let's go ahead and load these, what do we got, 6 cars here. We'll get these all into the parking garage for one last look. All right. All right, so here's our 2 K10s, or as AutoWorld, I guess, is calling this an R or V10. Chevy pickup trucks, both Silverado trims, but some of my favorite additions to the collection from today. And then we'll move right along down to here. We've got the 2019 Camaro ZL1 1LE, the Nicky Performance Edition, as well as the Zeus Gold 2020 Chevy Corvette C8. Very cool lineup of Chevys there for you guys. Very cool stuff. So we'll go ahead and switch, let's switch out the 2 middle ones here. All right, and there we have our 75 Cadillac Eldorado with its massive 500 cubic inch V8, and then our 78 Lincoln Continental Mark V. Very cool stuff, very fun stuff from today's video. But that is going to about do it. We are pushing into half an hour here, so if you stuck around to the end, thank you very much. And if you stuck around to the end, you might as well subscribe too, because you obviously enjoyed the video. But like I always say, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, say hi in the comments as well. Let me know what you want to see on the channel, you know. I'm always open to suggestions. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me too, guys, and I will see you in the next video.